Hey guys, welcome to another week of Health 3 Literacy. This week we're going to read the story called The Busy Body Book by Lizzie Rockwell and read today by myself, Brittany Mitchell. Before we get started with today's story, I wanted to ask you guys a couple of questions. My first question is, why is moving your body or exercising every day so important or good for you? Great answer. When we move our body every single day or exercise for 1 hour a day, doing many different types of exercises or movements, we help different parts of our body. And we'll learn more about specifically what those exercises or how different parts of our body is helped by our healthy habits through today's story. My next question is, what are some physical activities that you enjoy doing? Awesome. We all have our favorite activities or exercises that we like to do. My favorite, in the summertime, I love to swim with my family. I also love doing yoga and dancing with my friends. When we exercise, what parts of our body are we helping to grow? Well, it depends what type of exercises you do. So some exercises, like when we run or play sports, helps our heart build our strong heart. So it gets our heart beating really fast, and it helps build the muscles in our heart and helps our blood flow throughout our bloodstream and our body. When we lift weights, we can help build our muscles and our strength. When we stretch, we can help become our flexible selves. There's many different exercises that we do that help different parts of our body, and we'll find out more on that in today's story as well. My next question is, what are some other ways that we can practice keeping our bodies the healthiest that they can be? Awesome. Think about some things that you might have done today. So if you've woken up from a nice rest, or took a nap today, rest is very important to rejuvenate our bodies to help keep growing and playing. If you ate breakfast or lunch or dinner and ate from all 5 food groups, that's also ways that we can keep ourselves healthy, or brushing our teeth, washing our hair or body, all different ways to keep our bodies healthy. So today, I want you guys to listen to different ways that we can keep ourselves active as I read today's story, The Busy Body Book. So stay tuned. The Busy Body Book, A Kid's Guide to Fitness by Lizzie Rockwell. Busy bodies bounce up and down. They stretch from side to side and run all around. They catch and throw, they push and pull, they pedal, they paddle, they roller skate too. When you get busy, what do you do? Your body is meant to be busy. It's meant to move fast, lift heavy things, and walk or run for miles. Just look at it. You have hands for clapping, feet for stamping, legs for leaping, and arms for swinging. You can jump, sprint, and twist and twirl. You can do all that because your body is built to move. Underneath your skin is a strong, hard skeleton made of bones. Bones keep your body standing tall. Joints connect bones so you can bend. The skeleton, you are made up of 206 bones. The skull protects your brain. Teeth are the only part of your skeleton that you can see. The spine is made up of many small bones connected by joints so your back can bend and twist. Hinge joints, ball and socket joint, thigh bone, which is the longest bone in your body, and half of the bones in your body are in your feet and your hands. The hinge joint in your knee can bend back and forth. Ribs protect your heart and lungs. The ball and socket joint in your shoulder lets your arm move in a circle. Muscles are attached to bones by tendons. Muscles let you move and lift and stretch. When you use your muscles again and again, they don't get worn out. Instead, they get stronger. The muscles. Tendons attach to bone. You have more than 20 tendons in each wrist. Facial muscles let you smile, blink, chew, and talk. Ligament. Biceps help you lift heavy things. Back and stomach muscles let you stand up straight. Quadriceps lift your leg and bend your knee when you walk. Ligaments wrap around muscles and tendons to hold them in place. You have more than 630 muscles. The Achilles tendon attaches your calf muscle to your heel bone. The gluteus maximus is the large muscle on your bottom. And triceps help you push open a door. Inside your skull sits your incredible brain. Your brain controls every move you make and thinks your thoughts. It gets information about the world from your 5 senses. Then it tells your muscles what to do and how to move. Messages travel back and forth at lightning speed along wire-thin fibers called nerves. The brain and nerves. Your brain is made of the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. The cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. It controls most of your thoughts and movements. The cerebellum controls balance and coordination. The brainstem controls your heartbeat and breathing. The spinal cord is protected inside your spine. It connects all other nerves to the brain. Nerves send millions of messages to your brain every minute. The 5 senses are sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Your body is an amazing living machine, and it only needs a few things to make it go, like air to breathe, food to eat, and water to drink. These things come into your body through your mouth or nose. But then, where do they go, and what do they do? When you breathe, your lungs collect oxygen from the air. Your muscles need oxygen so they can move. Your brain needs oxygen so it can think. When you breathe in, you get fresh air. When you breathe out, you get rid of stale air. The lungs. The esophagus leads food to your stomach. The epiglottis closes when you swallow so food doesn't get into your lungs. The windpipe leads air from your mouth to your lungs and out again. The lungs. The diaphragm is a sheet of muscle that opens and closes the lungs as you breathe in and out. The bronchi branch off from the windpipe. Your tongue. When you breathe in, you inhale air through the nose, and you exhale waste out through the mouth. So air enters your lungs through your mouth and nostrils. The heart moves oxygen from your lungs to other parts of your body. Your heart pumps blood through long, thin tubes called vessels. The blood picks up oxygen in the lungs and carries it to your muscles and to your brain. When your body gets busy, it uses more oxygen, your heart beats faster, and your lungs breathe deeper. The heart and blood vessels. Blood vessels carry in two different directions, away from and back to the heart and lungs. The heart is the strongest muscle in your body. It beats more than 10,000 times a day. Arteries, in red, carry oxygen-rich blood from the lungs out to the body. Capillaries are the tiny blood vessels that allow blood to reach every part of you. And veins, in the blue, carry oxygen, pour blood back to the lungs to be refreshed. Waste from blood is exhaled by the lungs. And vessels in the lungs pick up oxygen that has been inhaled and drop off waste to be exhaled. As blood travels through your body, it also picks up food and water from the intestines. Then it delivers them where they are needed. Food gives your body energy. Your muscles use energy to move. Your heart uses energy to pump, and your brain uses energy to think. Food also supplies the materials that build bone and muscle. The stomach and intestines. Your mouth grinds and mixes it with saliva. Your esophagus pushes food down to your stomach. Your stomach churns the food and mixes it with acid, and the food becomes a thick liquid. Your small intestine absorbs tiny food particles through its spongy lining. Food enters the bloodstream. Your large intestine absorbs water and leads unused food parts out of your body when you use the bathroom. All living things need water to survive. There's water in your muscle and around your brain. It's the main ingredient in your saliva, sweat, urine, and blood. Because your body is mostly water, it can easily flow in and out of your heart and through your vessels. The path it travels is called the bloodstream. When your body works hard, it gets hot and sweaty. Sweat is water that seeps through your skin to cool you off. The busier your body is, the more water it needs. A busy body works hard. After a while, it needs to rest. Rest lets your body heal and grow and get ready for another day. A busy body gets busy each day, stays strong, healthy, and happy. There's lots of ways to be a busy body. Can you help me name some? There's frisbee, flying a kite, playing football, skiing, skateboarding, cheerleading, riding a bike, gardening, sledding, soccer, swimming, riding a horse, walking your dog, gymnastics, skateboarding, figure skating, raking leaves, hiking, lifting weights, swinging on a swing, jumping, shoveling snow, tennis, riding a bike, rollerblading, doing sit-ups, dancing, cleaning, playing baseball, hula hoop, climbing trees, karate, marching in a band, running track, jump rope, basketball, skipping, doing gymnastics, kayaking, or stretching. Which is your favorite? Alright guys, now for our after story questions for today's story, The Busybody Book by Lizzie Rockwell. My first question is, what are some ways to stay active that were mentioned today in the story? So what were some different movements, sports, or activities that were mentioned in the story that you heard today? Awesome. In case you forgot, I'm going to go back to the page. There were so many different activities that you could have seen. I see cheerleading on here, football, skiing, skateboarding. There were so many different ways that the story mentioned to stay active. My second question are, can you name some ways that our amazing body helps us to learn, grow, or move? What were some things that the story talked about that you remembered that helped us move, learn, or grow in the story? Well, one thing that was mentioned in the story is about bones. So our bones help us to move, stand tall, and joints connect those bones so that we can bend when we do exercises like stretching. That's just one example. There were so many other examples. So I'll give you some time to tell your parents or somebody that you live with about what were some other ways that our body helped us to move, learn, or grow. My next question right now is, why do living species need water to survive? So why is it so important for living species to have water? So guys, remember we need water, and all living species need water to survive because our bodies are made up of mostly water. Water is the main ingredient in our saliva needed to digest food. It is the main ingredient of our urine, which is a way that we eliminate our waste. And it also is the main ingredient in our sweat. So when we play hard or work out, we sweat, and that's our body's way of cooling down. But when we sweat, we're losing our water, so that's why we should always refuel with a healthy beverage like water, because water also helps move through our heart and our bloodstream. And it's very important for living species, humans and animals. So thank you for joining us in today's story, and stay tuned for our curriculum connection. Alright guys, welcome to this week's curriculum connection for the story The Busybody Book by Lizzie Rockwell. Today we are going to do a science-related activity because the book talked or mentioned a lot about how our bodies work. So our bodies consist of many different organs that do many different things to help our body to function every single day. So today I'm going to show you guys how our lungs work. So I'm going to draw and make up a diagram of the lungs, and then I'm going to make that diagram come to life, so 3D, and show you how the lungs function using around the house items. So if you want to participate in today's activity, what you'll need is some cardboard, paper, glue or tape, markers, and scissors. And if you want to do the 3D lung function, you'll also need a plastic bag and a flexible straw. If if you want to make your own organ system, you can do that too. So the story, if you want to rewind the story mentioned many different organs that help our body every single day. So what you could do is pause it, and that will help you draw out whatever system that you want to communicate to your family about. So we're gonna, for the purpose of this video, I'm only going to demonstrate the lungs diagram. So you can also do that with me if you have the materials, or again, if you want to do your own, but I'm only going to demonstrate the lungs. If you want to make it 3D for the lungs, you'll need the plastic bag and the flexible straw and some tape. So again, after you make your diagrams, I encourage you to share with your family and practice language arts. So that's being able to explain your thinking out loud. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's activity. And again, just watch through each of my steps as I make this lung diagram. And then we can explain what we're doing to your parents. Thanks for joining us today, and I hope you really enjoyed today's activity and Science Curriculum Connection. Alright guys, for this activity, you'll need a piece of cardboard, some paper, some markers, and if you have 2 balloons, you can use those. If you don't have 2 balloons, which I understand that most households don't, you can use sandwich bags. You can use 2, or if you use 1, you can cut it in half. You'll just have to tape it around. Our next item, which is 2 straws, you'll have to tape the plastic bag when you make it 3D, scissors, and tape. So watch my moves, and I'm going to go through how to make our lung diagram. So we'll start off with our cardboard. This is going to give us some sturdiness to our diagram. And on this cardboard, we are going to draw an outline of our body. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if it looks goofy or silly. But we're just gonna draw an outline so our lungs have something to stay on. Next, we're going to use our paper, and we're going to draw out different parts of our lungs. So we can go back to the book and draw out our bronchi, which are these little tree-like things in our lungs. And then we want to draw our windpipe and the lungs. So we have 2 lungs. So we're going to draw those things out in our nose, because that's how we inhale air. And we're going to draw our mouth, because that's how we exhale. So once we draw, and it doesn't have to be perfect, once we draw our parts of our lungs, we're going to cut those parts out. Cut them out, and we're going to place them on our body and tape them down. You can also color it if you want. Make it nice and colorful. And I use a little piece of tape. Tape it down. And then cut out my mouth. and my nose. Okay, and after I cut my pieces out, I'm going to save my nose and my mouth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 straws and I'm going to bend them a little bit. And I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to tape them together. Like this. Then I'm going to take my 2 balloons or the sandwich bag and we're going to put them on the ends of the straws. Use the tape again. I'm going to tape it up real good so it's no air is going to get out. Try to tape as best as you can. Then do it on the other side. Make sure this side's taped real good. Okay, and once we tape both of our sandwich bags, our balloons, these are going to be our lungs. We'll tape our mouth on and tape our nose on. Tape our mouth. Uh-oh. Tape our mouth. And then tape our nose. So it should look like this. So you just made a diagram of the lungs. Here we have our windpipe, our nose, mouth, our lungs, and we drew our diaphragm and our lungs, the windpipe, and the bronchi. So when we breathe in air through our nose and our mouth. It goes through the windpipe and down into our lungs. So when we breathe in, so our diaphragm is the muscle that opens and closes our lungs as we breathe in and out. And when we exhale, it comes out through our mouth or our nose. We're getting rid of waste. So today you made your own diagram of the lungs, and you can practice how the lungs function, breathing in and out through our windpipe. So I hope you guys have fun today making your own lung diagram, and be sure to explain to your parents or a family member how the lungs work. And remember, you can always rewind back in the story to find different diagrams of our different body systems. If you want to draw other systems, you're welcome to do that as well. And look back to see other facts about our lungs or other systems that you can use in your presentation to your family members. Thank you guys for joining us on our curriculum connection this week for the Busy Body book, and we'll see you next time.